All right, and we are back. Hey, I started this stream a little earlier, and the internet decided it wanted to take a little Saturday morning break. But hey, we are back again. So, originally, we were starting this broadcast. This mid century dad talks about a great gifts idea with Dunder Mifflin and The Office in this fabulous mug from Michael Scott. But I decided that based on our technology challenge a little bit earlier, I would highlight Douglas Adams in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It was Douglas Adams that said, technology is what we call things that don't work yet. So, anyway, we experienced a little bit of that this morning, but I am glad we're back. We are here on Amazon Live. I am D. Scott Smith, motivational listener and your mid century dad. Now, we're going to talk about gifts for the holiday season, gifts for friends, gifts for family, gifts for yourself, just great items to have around the house. And again, we were talking about The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, a classic story for those of you that have been around and heard that. You definitely can understand Douglas Adams had some amazing humor there. So, anyway, we are back. We are live on Amazon. If you are watching on a different platform, go to motivationallistener.live. That will take you right to this Amazon live stream. All right, so let's just get going here. And we'll pick up right where we left off. I love The Office. It's a great show. You know, when I first started watching the very first season, it is hard to watch because it's just so harsh and in some cases a little too real. And but we love Michael Scott. We love The Office. And one of the things was is that Michael Scott bought the world's best boss mug for himself. You can do the same. You can get your own Dunder Mifflin mug. I've got it highlighted in the carousel for yourself, for anyone in your family, friends, in the office. You know, great thing about Amazon is that you can have gifts mailed directly to someone. So you click on the Dunder Mifflin World's Greatest Boss mug. Add it to cart. When you buy it, you can choose to have it sent directly to maybe one of your workmates, someone that this would be appropriate for. Maybe you want to send it to the world's greatest boss. That could be you. You could be a solo entrepreneur like me, working out of the house, collaborating with people, and maybe there's somebody that I should buy one of these for and have it sent directly to them. We actually ended up with two world's greatest boss mugs in the house. And I was thinking, yeah, I can have one and my wife can have one. And then we can decide who is, maybe it's a office there. And we are both the world's best boss here in our house. All right. So today in the world's best boss in the Dunder Mifflin mug, I got some water because the voice coach says, hey, Scott, look, you've got to stay hydrated. So here we are. We are in Amazon Live. This is the day after Black Friday. I trust that you got some great deals yesterday. The great deals are continuing through, well, for quite a while. And I just want to point out that on Tuesday, we've got a couple of different shows coming up. And one of them I'm really excited about. I want to share about. And it focuses on Giving Tuesday because with Amazon, if you do smile.amazon.com, when you buy, Amazon's going to donate to the nonprofit organization of your choice. And so you can designate somebody, a different organization. I'm going to show you a quick video on how to add a nonprofit to your Amazon account. So when you go to smile.amazon.com, when you make purchases, portion of the Amazon's going to make a donation based on the percentage. So it's a great way to go. People are buying gifts anyway. Why not include your favorite nonprofit organization? So let's take a little look at how to add the nonprofit organization to your Smile account here on Amazon. You can support your favorite charities by using the Amazon Smile program. Go to smile.amazon.com, choose the button here on the upper left to select your favorite charity. Scroll down, put in the name of the charity, like ALZ Authors, and search. Once you've found the group, you can read about them. So here we have ALZ Authors, and it's a community of authors sharing Alzheimer's and dementia stories. Once you've found the charity, go ahead and click the Select button. And now your purchases will all go toward supporting your favorite charity using the Amazon Smile program. All right, and so that is the Amazon. I noticed we had a couple comments there. I wanted to say hi to Russ. Thank you for tuning in. Great to have you here. Thanks for following up and staying with me, even though the internet decided to take a little hiatus. And we had to restart the stream, but that's the way it works. That's part of the benefits of live broadcasting. And you know what? I really do enjoy it. When I was a tiny child, my dad was going to Oregon State University, and he was working in the radio station. He was the technical guy. He was one of the engineers, and so he helped rebuild the radio station. So I got to hang around there. I loved it so much that when I went to college, when I went to Oregon State, I also joined the radio station, KBVR, and was broadcasting as a DJ there. So I got my FCC for fourth class license, which is just a form that says, hey, I'm going to be broadcasting on air, and joined the radio station as a DJ. I was spinning jazz discs, and that was truly a lot of fun. And so we are here now live on Amazon, and thanks for joining me. I hope you are having a great Saturday and that the shopping is fun. There is a ton of stuff. There are some great deals out there. You don't have to fight the crowds. You don't have to find a parking spot, and you can enjoy the comfort of your home, get your gifts, and you can have them delivered to anybody, anywhere. Just choose the address. And I love that. Something that I do with Amazon myself. So, hey, we were talking about Dunder Mifflin, and we were talking about the, there we go. Okay, we were talking about Dunder Mifflin. We were talking about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because Douglas Adams said, technology is what we call things that don't work yet. But hey, I wanted to talk about some gifts, and I'm going to highlight here the game. This is an outdoor game, so our family, and actually you can play this one indoors because of the way it's constructed, and I'll show you that in a moment here. Cornhole has been a fabulous game. You can't go to a tailgate party. Here it is football season. It is tailgate time. People are setting up their cornhole games. They're having their tailgate parties, and people are enjoying the games. It is a ton of fun. We love it. But sometimes you're a little bit space constrained, and so the one that I have highlighted here, and let me just zoom out a little bit, and I am going to clear the screen here so you can just kind of see. So this is a portable cornhole kit game. There's actually two of these. They're nylon with a wire. You're going to find this to be very similar to the sunshades. You just give it a twist, and this will fit right into a carrying bag that it comes with. Then when you get to wherever you're going to be, which could actually be in your house, because this is a very safe game. You can play it in the hallway at your house, maybe if you have a big living room, patio, front yard. It is a fun game. We took it to the graduation parties this summer, and also when we were doing trunk or treat. And so families came to our church parking lot. We set up the cars and backed into the parking lot, or put in the parking lot, backed up, opened the trunks, decorated. There were some great decorations. We set up cornhole, and it was just that easy. Put the little tab attached to the Velcro, And there you have the cornhole. Now there's two of these. There's red and blue. There's red and blue bean bags, and you can throw them, and they pop right in to the hole in there, just like the big wooden cornholes. But this is a lot lighter, a lot more portable, easy to store. You can just keep it in your trunk. Keep it in your car so that when you end up at the beach, at the mountains, on vacation, you need to do something with the kids to keep them energized. Give them something to do. You can just pull this right out of the trunk, pop it open, set it up, and you have a cornhole instantly set up. We love this game. It was definitely a hit at Trunk or Treat when we set this up. The kids loved playing cornhole. And so we really enjoyed just having games in general. And it's nice to be able to have something that you can set up that's easy, that's quick, that's fast, and a lot of fun to play. The wooden cornhole setups are wonderful. Those are great to play. This one plays a little different because when the bean bags hit that nylon, it flexes a little bit. But I'll tell you, it does work well indoors. We've set it up in the hallway, down the hall, back and forth, and having fun with the family here playing cornhole. So I encourage you to take a look at that. So we've got some other different things. Hey, Phil Hill, thank you for joining. We are having a great time. And so I'm just going to say hi to Phil because I appreciate the comments. I appreciate people tuning in, letting us know what is good. So there is a ton of stuff that we're going to be talking about. So today, this is the Mid-Century Dad's perspective on gifts. So I was thinking that when I was buying gifts for my dad, and I had to find something that he wanted that he didn't have that I could afford. So these are some of the gifts that we're going to be having here. So these are great gifts for you, for your dad, for family, friends, for co-workers, for people that you just think could benefit from it. So the next item up, and this is we're going to talk about some different items here than you might find in the normal gift catalog. So there's some electronics, there's some non-electronics, obviously, with the game. That is a very analog cornhole game that we just had. Well, a couple of years ago, actually coming up on 3 years ago, I took some advice that was offered to me that said, Scott, you need to stop using your cell phone as your alarm clock. And this makes total sense. Now we've heard about blue light and the dangers of this and how it can affect your sleep, and so you need to stop using your screens a certain amount of time before you go to bed. Well, having your phone in your bedroom, there's some research that says it may or may not be great. Here's the deal. For me, I decided it wasn't something that I wanted to do. I didn't want to have the phone there in the bedroom with me because what turned out is I'm laying in bed and I'm scrolling through and I'm reading articles and stuff. It wasn't a waste of time, but it wasn't what I actually had done in the past. I used to read a lot in bed, but then with my phone, I wasn't reading books. And so I decided 3 years ago that I was going to take the phone out of the bedroom and I was going to replace it with a standard analog alarm clock. And that's actually what we have now. We have the Peak Keep. This is a small battery alarm clock here, and it's very simple. It just uses a single AA battery right in the back. It's easy to set. You can turn the alarm on and off. You set the alarm, you set the time, and that's it. This is a very simple analog clock. You can see it's got the second hand that's in yellow, and the red is where the alarm is set. So this one was set at 8 a.m. and or 8 p.m. It's an analog clock. So every 12 hours, that alarm is going to go off. So it's a little bit different than the digital clocks, the digital alarms that we're used to on our phone. But getting the phone out of the bedroom is probably a good idea. I know it was a good idea for me, and to but I needed to be able to get up at sometimes a certain time. Now, having a simple alarm clock like this is a good idea. So let's just set the alarm here. I'm going to move that around so you can hear what the sound is when it goes off. So let's just turn that here. It's going to go off in just a second. All right. All right, that's just an alarm. It's there's nothing jarring about it. It is gentle enough. It will wake you up. It does have the snooze bar, the little Peakeep quartz small alarm clock. I highly recommend that you use an alarm clock in your bedroom rather than relying on your phone. Keep your phone out of the bedroom, put it in the office. I actually don't have a charger in the bedroom, so I need to have it here in my office. So at night, I plug it in and I leave my phone alone and I use the alarm clock. So this is just something that I found is beneficial. And I can recommend this as a gift to somebody that you know, and it might be you, that's been using your phone as an alarm clock. And so it's kind of the excuse as to why you want to have the phone in there. And there's on Apple products, they've got screen time trackers, and you want to be able to start to be aware of that. All right, so I'm not saying that screen time is bad, but taking an inventory and knowing what you're doing is good. For me, it was a great idea just to take the phone out of the bedroom. And sure enough, what turns out happened is I started reading books again. So I started reading paper books that I had on the shelf, and I've been buying more books right here on Amazon. And in fact, there's a brand new book at the back of the carousel here that just came out that was published, written by a couple of my colleagues and myself. And so that book is in the carousel. So reading books in the evening as I was going to bed was back to a routine that I have been doing for many years, certainly well before the smartphone. So I've highlighted the Peakeep small battery alarm clock. And so I just want to again show you very simple analog clock alarm with the battery. You don't have to worry about the power going out and missing appointments. It is a very handy item to have. So the next thing that we're going to talk about here is as a gift, and I'm talking about gifts for your mid-century dad. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. All right. So health and wellness, that is important. We want to take care of ourselves. We want to be aware of how our bodies are functioning, how they're changing, and manage our health. So there's some different items that we have. So you might have a fitness band. I've got my Samsung Fit 2 here. So this is one that I've been using, and it tracks all the usual things. It tracks the steps, my sleep time. It'll track heart rate. It'll track some different oxygen levels. There's some different things that this thing can do, but one of the things that is an important thing to track, and I'm speaking as a mid-century dad here, so I want you to understand this is from my perspective, and it may not be the most popular item to talk about, but I'm going to tell you this is an important number to track. And in the fitness tracking, there's spot for weight. You can track your weight. You can track your different fitness items. So how much exercise you're doing, how much sleep you're getting. One of the things that I recommend that you track is your blood pressure. And so this particular one, and I've got the Paramed unit highlighted in the carousel, comes in a nice little plastic case. And this is a wrist cuff blood pressure sensor. And so it just wraps around your your wrist, wraps around your left wrist with the unit on the inside of the palm. This just uses the two AA batteries right there. All right. And then it's got an on off. And so you just hit that and then put it um, right about heart level. There's a little pump in there. And you can hear that is pumping up. And then it's going to track my blood pressure. Now, this particular unit also has memory. So you can set the day and the date. And as you're tracking your blood pressure, which again, this is an important thing to track. We track weight, we track our calories, we track our exercise. I guarantee you that tracking your blood pressure is also a good thing. So then the blood pressure comes up, and then you can track the numbers, and there's a memory, so you can scroll through back to the to your numbers, and you can take a look at them right here. And then if you're using an app, you're able to then track those numbers over time, which is an important thing to do. So I just encourage you to consider the blood pressure tracking as a part of our health regime. So we've got the Paramed highlighted there in the carousel. All right, stay hydrated. All right. So using a tracker like this, using a blood pressure cuff, something similar to this. Now, these are it's not a very expensive item, but these are very durable. And so you store it in the case, just the two AAA batteries to power it. It does have the memory. It'll track your systolic, diastolic, and pulse, and it'll let you know, are you high, medium, or low? And so having that tracked over time is important. And again, I'm speaking as a mid-century dad. We need to be able to track our health. We need to take control of our fitness, and not tracking just exercise, not tracking just diet, but also tracking things like your blood pressure is an important item. So I encourage you, take a look at this, and it could be an interesting gift. I encourage you, if you are a mid-century dad yourself, give the gift to your children, to your family, by purchasing a blood pressure cuff and tracking it. It's a really important thing. And so with that, and we did talk about measuring weight, and so having a good accurate scale is important. Now, there's a lot of bathroom scales that are out there that are really complicated. They're Bluetooth, they hook up to your phone, they do all kinds of different tracking. There's ones that will measure your body fat. And I'm not saying that those are bad, but just something simple. And again, I use the Samsung Fitness app to track. So it tracks my exercise, tracks my sleep, tracks my weight, tracks my blood pressure, pulse, oxygen level, stress levels. These are all things that I can track in the app over time. And paying attention to some things like this on your health cause you to focus a little bit more deeply on them. So if you think maybe being in a little better shape, losing a few pounds, being active, uh, just managing these items, just by keeping track of them, they're going to be in your mind, and it's going to help you. I guarantee that that's going to happen. So having a simple bathroom scale is also important. So this is one that I really like. This is the Etexity, Etexity. I'm not sure. This is a very simple bathroom scale. The glass plate is gives a little bit of a solid feel, and it disappears on the floor because it's very invisible. So it doesn't you don't really walk in and notice, oh, there's a big bathroom scale there. In this case, you have a very simple scale. It's going to track, and so you can see I'm just applying some pressure there. So it tracks the weight in tenths of a pound. And so you just step on this, it lights up, so it's easy in the little darker environment, maybe in the corner in your bathroom or in your bedroom. You can just simply step on this and get your weight and measure it from in pounds and in tenths of a pound. So this is also switchable. So you can go from kilograms into pounds. So depending on whether you track the metric or you track imperial, then you can use that. But this particular scale I really like because it is simple. It tracks my weight, and then I can input that into my fitness tracker and just make that a part of my daily routine. So if you're worried about your health, if you're concerned about your health, if you want to take control of your health, I encourage you. A bathroom scale is one of those items that you should have, and I encourage you to get a simple schedule scale like this one here. This is a very simple to use, simple batteries in here. So again, this is using two AAA batteries, and so it's easy to replace, very low profile. With the glass top, it becomes invisible on the floor. The accuracy is very good and consistency is good. So these are things that you want to have in a bathroom scale. This is something that you want to use, you want to track. So if you're measuring something, then you will take more control over it. So I encourage you to take a look at this scale and add that into your gift basket for this year. Now, take another sip here. Again, staying hydrated. This is it is important. The voice coach said, Scott, stay hydrated. And so the next item that I'm going to highlight in here, this is just talking about some of the things that we maybe need to be aware of, not concerned, but be aware of. And so what I've highlighted here is the palm pepper spray. This is something that I bought for my wife and for my daughter. I make sure that they had that available with them. Now, I have one here, and this is actually one that I carry. This palm pepper spray. It is uh, very easy to carry. There's this particular one has the belt clip. The one that I show in the carousel has a little strap that'll connect onto your keychain. So when my wife goes for a walk, she actually does carry this with her. Now the sad thing is that in February of 2020, my wife was out for a walk and was bit by a dog. She was there was a dog that was coming. She saw that it was coming, but didn't have time to react. Had she had pepper spray with her, she would have been able to use that and keep that dog from biting her. And so, not a lot of damage. She didn't need rabies shots and was able to just get the wound cleaned and take care of that. But in the world today, with for my wife, for my daughter, and actually for myself, we do take pepper spray. We carry that with us because there are just opportunities when it gives you a little bit of confidence, a little bit more security. And this palm pepper spray has had really good reviews, and this one is easy to use. Mine has a little belt clip that I can use, and so this is one that I carry with me. The uh, packaging on these also, this one is white with the gray band. They come in different colors. So the one in the carousel is white with a turquoise band, and I think my wife got a full purple spray. My daughter has, I think hers is yellow or red. I forget, but they all come in. There's different colors, so you can get these. These will are safe to use because or to carry. There's a little flip up here that allows you to access the spray activator, the little button right here, and then the spray. right in the front. So carrying a palm spray, pepper spray, is a bit of confidence that as a mid-century dad I wanted for my wife and I wanted for my daughter, and just to be able to demonstrate that it's a good thing to do. I also carry it myself and have been doing that for about 2 years. And so I just recommend that this is one of those gifts of love that you can give to somebody or for yourself. The palm spray, not a very expensive item. It's very affordable. It is very helpful, uh, and gives you peace of mind. And again, as a mid-century dad, thinking about my wife, thinking about my daughter, I want them to be secure. And so the palm spray is one of those things that just gives me a bit of more confidence about them being out and about in the world. So here we are. We are live on Amazon. I am D. Scott Smith, motivational listener and the mid-century dad. We are talking all kinds of gifts today, from Douglas Adams and the Hitchhiker's Guide to The Office, to games, to some health and fitness items to track. So blood pressure tracking and a bathroom scale. We've got some more things coming up here that are fun. The one thing that I'm going to bring up right now, and this is another one of those uh, safety issues or backup items, and that is the Halo Bolt battery. This is the 58830 battery. Now that means it's got a lot of juice. You can charge up your phone many times, computer, tablets. This is a solid unit. I got this about a year ago, and it's funny because the reason I got this is because my daughter was given one as a gift for graduation, and then my son got one as a gift for graduation from a friend of ours. And I was really impressed about how they work. My daughter's is now the one that I have here is this Halo Bolt is gray and kind of fits my color palette for me. Hers is a flowered, very pretty cover on there. So there's different looks that you can get with the Halo Bolt 58830. This one has, so there are two USB ports, so you can plug in your phone, your tablet, and this one also has, and the other great thing about these is that there's a part here where you hook up the jumper cables, and this is actually designed to jumpstart your car. So I hear the siren going off. Maybe you can hear the siren going off. That is for the volunteer fire department here in Adair Village. So there is an emergency, and the volunteers are being called for that. So that's the reason that you hear a siren in the background. So the Halo Bolt has ports for USB, so you can hook those up. It also has a part where you can use this to jumpstart your car. I will tell you that I know this works because I have jumpstarted my car. I left the lights on, went out to the car, battery was dead. Say, hey, I've got the Halo Bolt, went in, grabbed it, grabbed the jumper cable connector, hooked that in, plugged it, car started right away. So this one also has a very good light on there. And this light has been helpful for me. So if you keep this in your car, you can jumpstart your car. You can charge your phones, your tablets. And the other thing that this one has that's really interesting is it has a 110 inverter on it right here. So you can turn that on and you can plug in things to that. Now, the way that I use the 110 inverter is on stage when we're playing music. We play music and I'm playing bass, and we've minimized a lot of the wires, but I do use an effects pedal sometimes, but I have to plug it in to use it. Doesn't draw a lot of power, but having another cable out there, now I can put this on the stand next to the pedal unit there, plug that in, and power it without a cord. So that's one of the ways that I've been using this. But once you get this thing charged up, and there's a little indicator light that will tell you how much charge there is in the unit when you're going to use this. So it'll keep track of how much charge you have, and then when you need to recharge this. But this fits really well in my backpack, so I can take it with me when I was traveling. I used to travel with an extension cord so that I could keep my cell phone and computer and so forth plugged in. But now I just bring the Halo, because with the USB ports, I can plug in and charge up my phone, my tablet. I can even plug my computer into it. And it is a great item to have. I really recommend these. Now, there's some different configurations. This one, as I mentioned, has the 110 inverter on there. My son, the one that he actually has doesn't have the inverter on there, but it does have a tire pump. So there's a tiny motor in there that's powered by the battery. You can hook it up to your car tire. So if your tire's low, you need some air in there. And this happens sometimes if you get a flat tire and you pull the spare out. In many cases, that spare tire is low on air. You can plug your Halo into that and use the air pump to get some air back into the tire and make it safe to drive. But what he uses it for is out on the football field. So ball's a little light. They can plug it in and add air right into the football on the field using his Halo battery. These are great. I can't really say enough about the Halo Bolt, and something that you want to keep around. The other thing that happened, which was really great, was we had the power. We woke up to the power out, and but to be able to keep our cell phones going, the the Halo Bolt had been charged up, so we were able to use that to plug in our phones and to be able to keep those charged while we were waiting for the power to come back on. So there are a lot of uses for that. So that is the Halo Bolt. That is a great gift. It's something that you should keep around the house, part of your emergency pack. Travel with it, put it in your car, and that's a great tool to have. The next thing that we're going to talk about is one of my favorite speakers, the Bose SoundLink speaker. Now, Bose has over the years done a fabulous job in making sound uh, really good out of a small item, small unit. So you might remember the Bose Wave radios. They were very popular because they were able to make really big sound out of a small unit. And they have done the same thing again here with the Bose SoundLink. Now this is a Bluetooth speaker, and one of the things I'm going to show here is I'm going to turn this upside down. I'm going to show right here there is a connector for putting this on a tripod. So the same connector that you would use for your camera, you can use for the Bose SoundLink. So you can set this on a tripod, a small tripod, or a full-size tripod, wherever you're at, and get sound. This is a full 360 sound coming out of here and has very good bass sound. And so as I turn it upside down here, I'm going to get I'll pull out the Dunder Mifflin mug again. And if you'll notice that the bass is about the same size for both of those. That is to say that this Bose SoundLink will fit in the cup holder. So I put this in the cup holder of my car. Not only is this a speaker, it has a microphone. So you can use this for conference calling, for speakerphone calling on your phone. This is really cool. So it's family gathering time. People are around the table. Maybe you've been playing some games. We love playing games like Skip-Bo or Uno or any of those card games, board games around the table. So we've got the friends, the family there. There's a family member who can't be present. So you're going to give a call. Take your phone, connect it through the Bluetooth to the Bose SoundLink. Now, everyone around the table is going to hear good. This is full 360 sound, and it's got a good microphone in it. So when someone is talking back from the table to that missing family member, they're going to hear great. So the Bose SoundLink is a great unit. I'm going to turn it on here, and we're going to connect it up to my phone, and then we're going to, well, maybe we'll hook it up to my phone. Oh yeah, there we'll go. We'll hook it up to my phone, and I'll play a little bit of a podcast so you can hear how this sounds. Now, when you turn it on, it's going to let you know how much charge is left in the Bose SoundLink. So let's turn that on.
Battery 30%. Connected to BSCOTTSMITH and Scott's Galaxy S9.
Well, there you go. I'll play a little bit of a little bit of a podcast so you can hear how this sounds. Now, when you turn it on, it's going to let you know how much charge is left in the Bose SoundLink. So let's. Whoa! All right. So it was picking up the replay of my broadcast as I turned that on. Doesn't that sound good? I love the Bose SoundLink. This is a great unit. A lot of the Bluetooth speakers that are out there that are similar size to this, they sound hollow. They don't have good bass resonance. Bose has been consistent about being able to get good bass response out of a small package like the Bose SoundLink. The other thing is that the form factor on this one is really good. I mentioned that you can mount it right onto a tripod, that it fits in the cup holder of your car. So the car that I have, I actually don't have any Bluetooth connection for my phone. So I can bring the SoundLink, put it into the cup holder, turn it on, get it connected to my phone, and then play podcasts or music, or use it as the speakerphone in the car, because I don't have Bluetooth in the car. The Bose SoundLink is very easy to use, very easy to connect via Bluetooth to your phone, to your computer, to your tablet, to any of the devices that you have that broadcast in Bluetooth. So using the Bose SoundLink, it is a great tool, and it's portable. This fits just, you can take it everywhere, and it sounds great. So when you're on vacation, when you're out at the beach, when you're in the car, when you're in the mountains on vacation, when you're sitting around the table, you can use it as music, as a speakerphone, and there's a lot of different opportunities. I'd love to hear what other folks are using the Bose SoundLink for, but man, these are great. I just love Bose products. I've had different Bose products over the years. The SoundLink right now is one of my favorite ones. I use this a lot. You can tell because when I turned it on, it sent us at 30%. Yeah, I've been using this. It is a great thing to have. Now, I'm going to talk about another dad accessory here, and I better hydrate. All right, here we go. So another great tool for in the dad arsenal is a camera. Now, back in the day of film cameras, we used to have and I'm just speaking as a mid-century father here. Back when we had film cameras, you were a little bit concerned about taking the pictures because you get that roll of film, 24 or 36 exposures. Now with digital film, we just pop in a new SD card, and we'll load up a lot of photographs. So using the SD cards, you can just pop that in there. The batteries are rechargeable, so you just pull that out and put that on the charger. And once the battery is charged, so I use this Nikon. This is I researched a lot of cameras for a long time before I ended up buying the Nikon, and so I have the Nikon D3500 in there. This is a little different model, but they're very similar. This is the 3300. Now it has an integrated flash, and when you turn it on, you can activate the flash. And so let's just get that set here so that the flash is on. And so as you go to take pictures, all right. Okay. Well, oh, I won't pop the battery on this one right now, or pop the flash on this one right now. But I do like the Nikon. My battery's a little bit low on this one. I've been using it a bunch. It was wedding and graduations and family get-together, so I've been using this Nikon a lot. The great thing about digital cameras like this is that you can plug in external microphones, and I'll show you one here in just a second that I like. And you also have a HDMI out, and so you can use an HDMI cable. And so I have a connector here. So we have the HDMI cable. So you plug this into the phone, into your camera, and then you can plug the HDMI into your TV, or you can use an adapter like this one and plug it into from HDMI into USB, so you can plug it directly into your computer. So having a digital single lens reflex camera, a DSLR, digital single lens reflex camera, is a great tool. It is a great dad advice, or a great dad part of the toolkit to have for family get-togethers, for weddings, for all of those events, for the beautiful sunsets that we see. There's a lot of opportunities to use a digital camera. There's a little bit more control and flexibility that you're going to have with a digital single lens reflex camera like the Nikon. And in fact, one of the things that I always like to say is I want the tools to be better than I am. And this camera has more features, more functions than I'm able to manage, which is great, because as I get better as a photographer, or there are more things that I want to do, I can continue to rely on my Nikon camera, and then I can actually change the lenses out over time when that is appropriate for me to be able to change into a different lens. Now, this particular one is a zoom. It goes from 15 millimeters to 55 millimeters, and so that zoom is right here. And so you can change the focal length on that from a wide angle to a more standard lens. Then you can add telephotos onto this as well. So if you're doing sports or nature photography, maybe you want to get a little bit closer to the action, so you can swap out the lens. If you're doing family photography, then you want to use the wider angle lens like this to be able to capture everybody in the room. So a digital single lens reflex camera is a great way to go. And I mentioned that it is great to have an external mic. And so I think the wireless lavalier microphone, and I've got this VidPro highlighted in the carousel. So this is a very cost-effective lavalier microphone. It's a wired microphone. Actually has a 20-foot cord on this one. And so it just plugs into the camera, and you can plug this into your phone, into your camera, and into your tablets, and use this microphone. So it's got the windscreen, it's got the alligator clip. So I've used this one for filming videos. So I use that Nikon digital camera. So I use the digital single lens reflex camera with the VidPro lavalier microphone when I'm making videos. So I can feed this up through my shirt, clip it on. It sounds really good and is much improved over the microphone in the camera. So I add this one on. It's got a 20-foot cord on there, so I can get back a distance, do the videos, have good sound, and then be able to use those videos for training and instruction and other items that I have used my videos for. So, getting a lavalier microphone is a great way to go. And add that in to your digital single lens reflex camera, or use that lavalier microphone for your phone. And it is great because, once again, the phones today have really good microphones when you're up close. When you get away from them, they're not going to be as helpful. So if you're doing some videos where you want to have good audio, then get the lavalier microphone connected on. It's got a 20-foot cord. They'll be able to roam around. You can film them or you can film yourself and get really good sound. So using a lavalier microphone like the VidPro is really good. Now, this one does have a battery in it, comes with the battery. When you're using it with your camera, you turn the battery on and that adds the power that it needs. When you use it with your phone, you actually don't need to use the battery power. So this is a very versatile microphone. The 20-foot cable on the VidPro lavalier microphone, another item. And, I want to cover I'm covering different items that these are good gifts for anybody. And they fit within a lot of budget ranges, but they're very helpful. Now, the thing that I have highlighted right now is the Phoenix flashlight. This little flashlight is designed to go onto a key ring. This uses a single AAA battery. So it is a little flashlight that's got 3 different brightness settings on it. So it kind of cycles through a low, medium, and high, a bright light. And so you can see it is a bright little light. I keep this on my key ring. Now, I took it off the key ring just for today's show, so you can see this, and you can see how the size of it is. So it's not a very big light, but it is bright, and it's actually brighter than the light that you're going to find on your cell phone. A lot of us have cell phones that have lights on them, so when you're out in the evening and it's dark, you don't want to step in the puddles or in the mud or trip over something. You might turn on your phone, but using your phone battery to power your light will drain the phone battery pretty quickly. So if you have a little light like the Phoenix, you don't need that. You don't need to be worrying about draining your battery. The single AAA battery in the Phoenix light, in this little Phoenix flashlight, lasts a very long time. This particular one I've been using for years. You can kind of see how it's I've worn the paint on this one. I've been using this one. I love this Phoenix flashlight. There's a lot of different little flashlights out there. You are not going to find something as bright and as durable as this one. I said that I've been carrying this one for years. I use it all the time. It's amazing. When you have a light like this, you'll find the opportunities to use something like the Phoenix flashlight. The AAA battery is going to last a long time and give you light when you need it. In fact, very funny, my wife and I were off at the Oregon coast a couple of weeks ago, and we went to a beach at Oceanside, so the city of Oceanside, and there's a little beach right there. And there's a cave, actually. Well, it's like kind of a tunnel cave that they have put in there, and it goes from one beach to the next. There's this bank that goes out there, so you can go actually through the little hill to get from one beach to the other. Well, when we got in there, it's dark, and you can't see what you're walking on, and it's rocks and boulders and stuff that you're going through. So I was able to turn on my little Phoenix flashlight and light the way for my wife and I as we went through the cave at Oceanside. And so it is a good thing. I definitely recommend that you consider purchasing this for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for a gift, for somebody. It is a great little tool to have there. Hey, I am D. Scott Smith, motivational listener and mid-century dad. We are here on Amazon Live. If you are watching on a different platform, go to motivationallistener.live. It will take you directly to this broadcast and to the other broadcasts on Amazon Live today. It is Saturday, the day after Black Friday. I trust that everybody got some great gifts, some great deals. There are plenty of good deals going on. There's a lot going on here at Amazon. And we just had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun yesterday as we were going through and talking about home studio equipment. And I'm going to get into some of those items here because I just want to be able to share some of the tools that I use for my live streaming and for video conferencing. A lot of my business is dependent on video and having good video, having good quality audio, having good lighting. These are all things that are important in my business. And I know that for many of you out there, having a good home office studio is an important part of your business. As more people are doing work from home, it's important. You want to look good. You want to feel good. You want to sound good. And having the right equipment is a good way to do that. So we are here live on Amazon. It is Saturday. We're having a good time. And a little later on today, we'll be watching football. So we'll get the tailgate items together and have fun there. One of the things that is a great gift for a father is a pocket knife. Pocket knives traditionally have been great gifts, and Gerber has made the curve. And I'm going to zoom in here so we can keep a good look on this one here. Gerber makes the curve. This is another one that I've been carrying for years, and I've taken it off my keyring, but this is one that I keep on the keyring, and they call it the Gerber Curve. And it is just a tiny little blade that's got a few items on there that are helpful, and I just want to show you. So one of them is a bottle opener. Now you can see it's got a little spring tab right here. So you can hook this onto your key ring. So I grab my car key here, and you see you can just clip it right on there. And so now I've got it connected there. So let's take that off. So this is the Gerber Curve. And there's the bottle opener. There's the spring so that you can hold this onto your key ring. And then like most pocket knives, it does have a good blade. Now, honestly, what do I use this blade the most for? Opening those Amazon boxes. When they come, it's the perfect size. I can cut through the tape without cutting into the products at all. I love using my little Gerber. I keep this very handy. Then there is a flathead screwdriver. Oh, let's get the dog out. Oh, live video. And the dog decided he'd had too much to eat, needed to go outside. So we are back. We are talking about gifts for friends, family from the Millennial Dad. I am D. Scott Smith, motivational listener and mid-century dad. Let me grab a drink. I keep the water highlighted. Dunder Mifflin. World's Best Boss mug. It is in the carousel. All right. We are talking about the Gerber Curve. I showed you that it's got a blade on here that is perfect for opening Amazon boxes. It has a flathead screwdriver on there. And it's got a couple of other items here. Now, there's a very tiny flathead screwdriver, and then you've got a kind of a little Phillips here that's got a nail file on it. And so this little Gerber has been traveling with me for years. You can see I've worn the paint off of this one, It was brilliant blue, and now it's a nice chrome silvery look there to it. The Gerber Curve is a great tool. It's another one of those items that it could make a good stocking stuffer. Uh, it's a great gift for your dad. I guarantee you that fathers will love to have this. If I were to open this up on Christmas morning, open my stocking, pull out the Gerber Curve, I'd be really happy. This is one of those great things. I carry the Gerber Curve and the Phoenix flashlight with me all the time, and we use them a lot. And so it's always handy to have a little tiny pocket knife on your key ring. Don't take it through the airport, but it is a great tool. The Gerber Curve, one of those things that I highly recommend here on the gift guide on this Saturday, the day after Black Friday. Did you get some good deals? I wonder what you found out there. I know I was doing some shopping yesterday as well, and have stuff arriving. Actually, got some stuff coming in tomorrow, and so anyway, lots of fun. And another great product, another great thing to have. There's a classic out there, and that is the Ray-Ban sunglasses. So Ray-Bans, it is a very recognizable brand. When you have Ray-Bans, people know you've got Ray-Bans. They're just so cool. Now, the Ray-Bans, many people know of the Wayfarer, and it really depends on the shape of your face and your personal style as to which type of sunglasses are going to be the best for you. Now, for me, I like the rounded lens more so than the Wayfarer more rectangular squared shape form. Although those are very cool. My wife has had Ray-Ban Wayfarers in the past that she really liked. Those were great sunglasses. The lenses are really high quality. They're going to protect your eyes from items flying in if you're in an environment like that. But for the most part, they're great lenses. They're the right darkness. They're not too dark, but they will protect you out in the sun. And so having Ray-Bans are that is a great gift. And if you're looking for a really nice gift to give to your father, or maybe even to yourself, I can definitely recommend something like these Ray-Bans. And so I've got them highlighted here in the carousel. There's a number of different types out there. So, and again, it really depends on your face shape, on your personal style, which type of sunglass is going to be the right one for you. So what you want to do is go ahead and click on this, and then you can take a look at the different styles out there. Find the right style, shape, frame styles, frame colors for you. So for me, having the black frames, the rounded lenses, this is something that I was just very comfortable with. And I like the way it looked. And honestly, when you're wearing Ray-Bans, you will get compliments. So if you are a little bit more shy, maybe you want to wear something other than Ray-Bans. But these are polarized lenses. They're going to protect your eyes well in the sunlight. They're really well made. These particular Ray-Bans I've been wearing for years. If you look back on pictures, you'll see lots of pictures with me outside with the Ray-Bans on because they're just really great glasses. I really enjoy the way they fit. They are well designed to hold their shape. The earpieces here at the temples, they don't get loose, so it's not flopping around, but just enough tension on those. I have never had any mechanical issues with the Ray-Ban glasses. They look great. They feel great. They make you feel good when you're wearing them, and they will protect you against the sun's rays. And again, these particular Ray-Bans I've been using for a number of years, and I always keep them handy. And I always say with your glasses, particularly when you invest in something like a good quality product like the Ray-Ban sunglasses, if they're not in your if they're not on your face, they're in a case. So keep your case handy so that you can protect them in there, so that they won't get bent or sat on, damaged. Ray-Ban glasses are a great gift. I, I've been wearing mine for so many years. I can't imagine getting a different type of sunglass. And I've worn different high-end sunglasses out there, and I won't say anything bad about them. I did like my Maui Jims and some other ones out there, but Ray-Ban is the classic. It is the styling is great. There's modern styling. It's not all retro, although there are some that really like those Wayfarers and kind of that old school look that they bring. They do have a particular charm, and so Ray-Ban glasses are a great gift to give. So we've been talking about some different things that you can give as gifts for friends, family, yourself. And from my perspective as a mid-century dad, I just want to help you find the right things. We are here on Amazon Live. If you're watching on a platform other than Amazon, I encourage you to type in motivationallistener.live. Come on over to Amazon. The carousel is where you're going to find all the action. I've got all these products. I've got, I think, 40 different items in the carousel here that we're going to be talking about. And we're partway through. We have got up to the Ray-Ban sunglasses. We've talked about the Phoenix flashlight, the Gerber Curve. We talked about some health items like a blood pressure monitor, bathroom scale, the Palm pepper spray. These are all great gifts. And I've kind of explained why I think that they're so important. And I encourage you to take a look. Go ahead and click on like the Palm pepper spray and take a look at the different colors and the different options that are out there. The one that I have is using the little belt clip here. The one that I have for my wife, and it is highlighted in the carousel, has a and also for my daughter, has a little clip that goes on to your key ring. So it's very handy and convenient for them to be able to carry that with them. So these are different items that we're taking a look at. And we just talked about the Ray-Ban sunglasses. And let's get into the gift of music. I am going to let's just widen this out again a little bit here, because I want to talk about, and I'm going to clear this off because I want to have a little bit of room. Let's get that. You can see behind the screen, behind the scenes, you can see my part of my lighting. Back when the dog had to go out, I had to move the light, and so live video. That's why it is Amazon Live. Look, it is time for the ukulele. This is the Luna tattoo. I love the tattoo. Luna makes some really good ukuleles, instruments in general. I know my daughter has had a Luna guitar before, but the Luna ukuleles are really good, solidly made. They stay in tune. One of the things is that as you move from the nut here up toward the body and these frets, it stays in tune as well. And so that's an important thing. And let me just say, the ukulele is a great instrument. I've got the Luna tattoo mahogany highlighted. The ukulele is fun to play, relatively easy to play, and it is a great sound. It's been popularized a little bit more. You might hear Izzy playing Over the Rainbow over there in Hawaii. There was there's a great video out there. You can see a great testimony to the power of music and his personality and the people who loved him when he had his funeral, and they were playing Over the Rainbow. And this is that is one of the simple songs that you can play. I don't sing, so I won't burden you with that, but I can play just a little bit so you can hear what the ukulele sounds like, and it is easy to play. All right. very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4 chords. And those are all very simple. That's 1 finger, 3 fingers, 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers. And so that's the opening chords for Over the Rainbow, is played by Izzy there in Hawaii. Beautiful song, beautiful version of his. So you can play lots of stuff with the ukulele. Yeah. I love the ukulele. It's very portable. They're fun to play, relatively easy to learn to play. And you can take those with you. It's an inexpensive instrument. You can keep it with you at home. You can play it while you're just waiting for the rest of your family to get ready. Take out your ukulele and play. And it is hard to play sad music, even if you're playing blues. Anyway, ukuleles are fun. I could get lost playing this. I could end up playing all day, just hanging around with you, making music on the ukulele. But I encourage you, this is a great gift. I love the Luna ukuleles. They sound good. Yeah, there's just so many things you can do. Yeah, you'll have fun. There's just so many things you can do with the ukulele. The Luna ukulele, these are a lot of fun. Enjoy. Give the gift of music to yourself, to someone that you know. Have it sent directly to them. And they're fun, they're light, they're portable, they're easy to use, and they're not very expensive. I love playing the ukulele. And so for those of you that are interested in learning the ukulele but might be a little bit intimidated about it or have some limited movement, I've now highlighted the Chord Buddy, and I'm going to show a Chord Buddy on a guitar, but there is the Uke Buddy. So I've highlighted it in there, and this is a ukulele learning system, and I'll show you how the learning system works with the Chord Buddy in a moment here. But this was invented by Travis Perry down in Alabama, and these are made in the USA. They're actually made mostly in Alabama. Some of the parts are actually made in Tennessee, but most of the Chord Buddy is actually manufactured. The injection molding, the assembly, the book printing, the packaging are all made there in Alabama. And so no supply chain issues this year. There are plenty of Chord Buddies available. So the Uke Buddy was invented as a companion for the Chord Buddy, which is designed for the guitar. But the Uke Buddy will help you learn to play the ukulele. So if you buy the ukulele and the Chord Buddy or the Uke Buddy, there's a songbook, there's lesson plans in there. There's everything that you need to get playing the ukulele right away. Now, the other important thing that I'm going to highlight about stringed instruments, and that is having a tuner. So let's zoom back in here again, because I have a new tuner that just arrived, and I was really excited about this one. This is the Real Tuner. This is a chromatic tuner. So we've got that highlighted there in the carousel. So this one is, I have not actually even unboxed this one yet. So we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna get this one out, and let's take a look at the Real Tuner Chromatic Tuner. It's a digital tuner. Now, the way these types of tuners work is that they clip onto the head of the guitar, the headstock. That's where the strings wind on. So we got the bubble rack, we got the tuner in there. Looks like there's some instructions and a battery. So that's inside the Real Tuner Chromatic box. There we go. And so here's the instructions. And my wife reminds me that reading the instructions, Scott, is not like asking for help. It's like cheating. So there are the instructions here. So maybe I'll cheat a little bit later. All right. So we have a battery in here. And so let's take the tuner out. I was excited about this one. I love the way it looks, and I love digital tuners. So actually, the tuner that I had was very old. It had been abused, and it was time to replace it. And so I found the Real Tuner online here on Amazon and ordered that. Actually, we were in rehearsal, and so I'm playing bass, and my tuner was bad. It just wasn't working. It wasn't good. It's been abused, needed to be replaced. So I got on Amazon, got on the Amazon mobile app, found the Real Tuner. There's a lot of different ones to choose from. This one I just thought was going to fit the way that I needed it to work. And so here is the Real Tuner. And so let's take a look here. Looks like what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to open up and put that battery in. So we'll open up the little battery pack compartment here, and we'll take the battery that was provided. So they provide the little lithium battery here. And so this is going to open up. I could use the Curve multi-tool to open that, but I'm going to go ahead and take the battery out. And we've got so we open up the battery compartment here, and you can see on there that it's got the little minus right there. So we look at the battery, and there's a plus side and then the minus. So we'll put the minus to that, and then we'll just put that right back in to the tuner here and get that clicked into place. So just click that in, and so there you go. So now we've got the on-off switch right here. So we'll turn that on, and there you can see it has turned on. Now, again, the way these types of tuners work is they work off vibration. And so I am going to take out, and it's actually the next item in the carousel. I'm not going to highlight it yet. I'm going to move that into the carousel, but I'm going to take out the, this is the Squier Strat here. And this is actually my daughter's guitar. We got this one for her because it's in this beautiful turquoise paint, very Surf City style. Single coils, little double coil down here. This is a great little guitar. I really like the way this one sounds. And so let's make sure let's zoom out a little bit here. All right, so the way these types of tuners work is they clip onto the headstock right here, and then you face it toward yourself. Now, the reason I got this particular one is because I like to have it when I'm playing. I like to put it on the inside, that is away from the audience, and so that I can see it right behind the keys. And so this one really was I love the way the design was on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the front, and I'm actually going to aim that right out here. And let's go ahead and zoom in, and let's see if we can get that over just a little bit. All right. Ooh. Can we get that? All right. I think we can see There we go. You can see the C. All right. So you pluck the string, and there it is. And you can see it's going red, which means it's a little sharp. So I'll take and tune that down. I'm going to tune it down a little bit low. Now you can see it's below center. So that means that E string, and that's the top string on the guitar, is a little flat. So I'll just tighten it up. Now I've got the green light. And so now that string is tuned. Let's go down to the B string. G. D string. Let's get the D. A. All right, that was a little more sensitive, but I've got that there. And then the low E string. Okay, so we got the low E. We've got the A. Sharp still. So when you're tuning, it's a really good idea to kind of go through after you've tuned them to check them all. B. How is that B? That's a little bit there. Let's go more up. All right, there you go. So what I'm going to do, and that is the tuner. So now we got the guitar, and I actually have it plugged in to my Focusrite, which is where we're running the sound here for the microphone. And so let's get back over here. Let's get back to center, and let's back off. And so I've got the tuner. I've got it here on this Squier guitar, and I'm going to get my headphones turned on here. And what I want to do is I'm doing this so that I can actually hear the guitar as well as I'm playing, because I just want to give you a little demonstration with the Fender guitar here. This is the Fender Squier, and we've got this highlighted in the carousel. This is a classic guitar, classic in so many ways. Yeah, there we go. All right. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way switch here, and that switches between the neck pickup, the middle pickup, and the bridge pickup, and blends those and puts them out of phase and into phase. Don't worry about all that. There's the volume that controls those, the overall sound, the overall tone for the pickups here and in here. And so as you switch through, you can get different sounds. So that's the neck pickup, that's the bridge pickup, and that's the center pickup. So you can play all kinds of music. Just about 3 chords, and you can play just about every rock and roll song that's out there. Let's get some more going here. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so there's just a couple of different things that you can do with that guitar. So You can play all kinds of music on electric guitar. Electric guitars, I think, are kind of fun to start with over an acoustic guitar if you're just learning, which may seem a little counterintuitive, but one of the things about the electric guitars is that they use lighter gauge strings, and the strings tend to be closer to the neck. And that's the distance between the string and the frets in the neck there. And so it takes a little less strength. And so there's a number of chords that you want to learn with this to start with. So you can play the G chord and the C and the D, back to the G, and then the E minor goes with that. So those are some basic chords that you want to learn, and maybe that is a challenge for you. Most people stop learning to play guitar very early. Just within a few weeks or a month or two, they give up because it's too hard. And that's why Travis Perry created the Chord Buddy. I mentioned that earlier as we were talking about the ukulele, and that he created the version for the uke buddy. And so this is the Chord Buddy. I've just highlighted that in the carousel. So with the Chord Buddy, it is a guitar learning system. Now there are buttons and there's little rubber tabs down here that you push the one button and it'll play the G, the C, the D, and the E minor chord. The beauty here is that as you get your hand strengthened and you learn the rhythm, you actually then start to pull these little tabs out and start using your fingers on the strings themselves. So the Chord Buddy is a pretty unique guitar learning system, and we're going to put it right onto this Squier strap, and you can see how it works with the electric guitar. And so we put that right up here on the neck, and I just need to make sure I get it seated correctly. And let's take a look. So if you push the blue button is the G chord. Yep. And so I've got my headphones wire there. So when we push the blue button, and I'll do it this way, it creates that perfect chord. See, there's no chord. Now you use your pinky here, and then you use the green button to play the C chord, and then the red button to do the D chord, and the yellow for the E minor. So we can play all kinds of songs with those 4 chords. Now the Chord Buddy does come with a complete learning system. It's about a 2-month system. If you follow it, sometimes people will be done faster. Some people will be done slower. It'll take them longer. Some people just like playing with the Chord Buddy, and they actually won't go away from it. But if you do this, you'll learn the rhythm. There's lessons that Travis gives you to learn how to play the rhythm part of the guitar, while you're being very simplified up here by using just the buttons. And then as you progress, then you will actually go and you'll pull the little tab out. And so the first one you pull out is the D tab. So now you've been using the button for the G, for the C, and you were using the button for the D, but this actually has a little notch in it, so you can put your fingers in and put your fingers on the strings to play the D chord, and then you go back to the buttons for the C, the G, and the E minor, and then you'll be playing the D chord right here. Then as you progress, you're going to again pull out the next tab, so you'll pull out the C tab. And now you'll be playing the C chord without the buttons. You'll be using the G chord, the C, and the D by just putting your fingers on the strings themselves. And so then the E minor, and then you just kind of pull those things out. So as you progress, it is an actual learning system because you're not being dependent on it for everything all the time. This gets you started by learning to use the rhythm part, your right hand. So you're tapping, you're strumming, you're learning the strumming patterns while you're strengthening your hand up here, getting that coordination done. And then when you are comfortable and confident in the strumming, then you're using just your regular your fingers on the strings. So that's the Chord Buddy, and this is the Fender Squier guitar. Again, the Fender guitars are just, let me go back and highlight that in the the carousel again. It is the American classic. All right, let me get my headphones off there. I'm gonna turn that guitar down, and let's go back. All right, so there we are. So the Fender Squier, it is a wonderful guitar. These are very affordable gifts. If somebody that you know has been wanting to learn to play guitar, I encourage you. There are packages out there. There's kits that come with everything: the guitar, the amplifier, the strap, everything that you need to be playing guitar right away, and then add the Chord Buddy in there so that right away, get a tuner like the real tuner that we just did the demonstration of here. So the real tuner, a digital tuner that clips onto the headstock. Whether you're playing ukulele or guitar, you want to have a good tuner. There's nothing more discouraging to learning to play guitar or ukulele than to have your instrument out of tune. You don't know what you're playing. So you've got to have an in-tune instrument. Again, whether it's ukulele, whether it's guitar, get a tuner. So find the packages out there. So if you click on the Squier Fender here, this Strat in the carousel, you can take a look at the different packages that are out there. There's a lot of options and different colors. We just happen to really like that surf blue, and so that's why we got that particular unit. So we've talked about the Chord Buddy. Hey, this is D. Scott Smith here, motivational listener and mid-century dad. We are just talking about all kinds of gifts that you can get here on Amazon. And this is the day after Black Friday. I had a lot of fun yesterday in the show. We were talking about home studio items, and I just couldn't resist to bring back a few of these things that I have really found helpful. And one of them is the Logitech keyboard. I've got that highlighted now in the carousel as well. The Logitech keyboard, that's this one here. Look, the keyboard. And it's got this little tray. So I've got my phone and I've got my iPad in there. And there's a little analog switch that goes from iPad to phone. And there's actually room for a third device that I can pair this Bluetooth keyboard up with. This is the Logitech Bluetooth keyboard. This is a wonderful keyboard. I love the tray, and I'm able to put my items in there, like my phone and like my tablet. It's also a great storage place, for my Apple Pencil. So I can keep my Apple Pencil in the tray, and then I can add my phone or the iPad. The Logitech keyboard connects up through Bluetooth, and it remembers the device. So all you have to do is turn it on the back, battery compartment right there, and then turn it on. It will connect instantly to the items that you're paired with. So I can use this for the tablet and for my phone, and then I can switch back and forth really seamlessly. So as I'm out on the road, and I really got the iPad to be out on the road and to be pretty close to a laptop replacement. And so let me just highlight there. I've got that in the carousel. So I've got the iPad Pro. You can see that there, and I've got the Apple Pencil. It's a little magnet, sticks right onto it there, and that's how it charges. And so now I've got my phone and the iPad here in the keyboard, and the 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 iPad Pro also connects up. Now I don't have it in the carousel, but this is a Logitech travel mouse. It's a very thin line item, has a USB charge on it. And so it's very portable, and the iPad Pro will take mouse input. So that's handy. So I love using the iPad. I've got Microsoft 365 on it. So I've got all of the different programs, Word and PowerPoint and Excel, all of those that I use, and I can transfer between my laptop and the iPad, and even on my phone, I'm able to access. And so using the Logitech keyboard, I can switch seamlessly back and forth between my phone, the iPad, and then the iPad is actually what we use to control the live broadcast here on Amazon. So this Amazon Live is in essence brought to you by my iPad Pro. Hey, D. Scott Smith here. We are live on Amazon. If you're watching on a different platform, go to motivationallistener.live. That will bring you right here to Amazon, the Amazon platform. That way you can see what's going on in the carousel. You can click on the items, take a deeper look. And I encourage you to do that. Take a look at some of the options that are out there. So in the iPad, there's different configurations, the different memories sets out there, things that are important, whatever's important for you. Let me show you something else that is a great gift for dads, and that is the Field Watch. Bertucci makes some really nice watches. If you click on the one that's in the carousel, you can take a look at the catalog and see what other watches are out there on Amazon here from the Bertucci family, but they are beautiful watches. And so I have my Bertucci watch here, the Field Watch, and so you can see it's got that great kind of military look, the 24-hour time. What do you want to say? But the case on this is actually made out of titanium. So I've got a titanium case with the leather band, and it is just a fabulous looking little watch. Try to get it here. And I really like the way this one works. The quartz movement on that, the leather band works good, which looks really good with the Field Watch. The titanium actually matches my wedding ring. My wedding ring is also titanium, and so my watch and my ring match. There you go. The Bertucci Field Watch. There's a lot of different styles out there. Different sizes, depends on what you're looking for. They're very rugged. I've been wearing this particular watch for quite a number of years, and I love the way it works. I have looked at some other watches, but I haven't found anything that I thought was better than the Bertucci Field Watch. So these are a great gift. And again, what do you buy your dad that he doesn't have, that he wants, that you can afford? A Bertucci Field Watch is a great choice. There's different bands styles out there. There's nylon bands, there's leather bands, there's different types that fit your style, that maybe fits your father's style, if that's who you're buying for. I recommend that. Hey, as a mid-century dad, watches are cool. We're still into watches. Hey, I've got the time on my computer, on my phone. I'm surrounded by clocks, but a watch is still cool. Here's an interesting thing too. For those of you that are just wondering about, should I wear a watch? And let's zoom back in here. All right. So I just want to tell you, there was some research done that says that when a person goes into an interview, say a job interview, and these are very subtle things, but if the person is wearing a watch, if they're wearing a wristwatch like the Bertucci Field Watch here, there's a perception that that person is more organized, more responsible, just because they wear a watch. And this is psychology in action. These are some actual this is actual studies that have gone on out there, and they're looking at hiring managers, and they say, look, when the person shows up and they're wearing a watch, and they don't, this is not on the checklist. This is not one of those things where they're looking at your resume for your job history, for your education, for the skills and training that you have. There's not one on there that says, is this person wearing a wristwatch? But I will tell you that the research says that if you are looking for a job, put on a wristwatch, because you will be deemed to be a better candidate subtly than someone else. So maybe there's a great reason to purchase a Bertucci watch yourself for yourself right there. The Bertucci Feel watch. I love these things. They work great. The titanium case is just very cool. Stainless steel. Come on, gold, whatever. Titanium. That's cool. Matches my ring. I can't go wrong there. And so the Bertucci Feel watch is something that I have regularly with me. And so I'm putting that back on. All right, I'm going to take another drink because I need to stay hydrated. We're having a good time. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. We've got good stuff going on. This is the day after Black Friday. Lots of deals going on all over Amazon. You're going to find what you were looking. I guarantee you, you're going to find what you want. You're going to get a good deal. There's great deals out there. Amazon Prime's ship for free, all that kind of stuff, the things that you want. And if you are watching this broadcast on a platform other than Amazon, go to motivationallistener.live. Come right here. Be in the action. Click on the carousel items. Take a little deeper look and look at the various configurations and options that are available for you out there. So I'm going to talk about something, a couple of items here that are probably not going to be in any other of the streams that are out there. And one of the reasons is that this particular company, Gibson Holders, was a small family-owned company down in Eugene, Oregon. So just a few miles from where I currently live. And this company manufactured plate and book holders that are designed for sale to the display industry. So this is not necessarily a retail product, but I guarantee you have probably seen this book holder somewhere in your travels. Now, when you're out, and this is kind of fun, my wife gives me a bad time because when we're in a store, it could be a bookstore, it could be a book store selling plates and dishes, because there's a very popular for those types of retail situations. And on these little rivets here, and you can see barely on there's a little image that says GH. That's Gibson Holders. These were custom made rivets to hold these up. There's a little washer in here. That's a little fiber washers that are put in between when they rivet those up with these custom made rivets, and that holds the tension. Now, this particular wire holder is what they call the 3-wire holder, because it's got 1, 2, 3 wires. So when they rivet together. So I was the chief operating officer for this company, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. We had some good trade shows. We sold these things literally around the world. So I'm going to get a book here, and I'm just going to give you a little demonstration, because so here's one of the books that I did an author interview for, The Enigma Factor. And so you can see that in one of my previous streams where so Charles and Roz, we had a great conversation about their books, technical thrillers. And so The Enigma Factor is a book here. Now, here's the deal. If we wanted to sell this book, if we were going to make this available for a retail purchase, then I would, and I put it out on the table and it looks like this. What's going to happen is that people are going to think someone has left their book behind. Someone's left their reading material behind. But as soon as you put it on a stand, you put it upright, you set it up like this, all of a sudden that becomes important, right? This is the difference. Horizontal, someone forgot their book. Here, it's important. So these particular wire stands were designed so that you could push it forward here to get your book setting up a little bit more forward while you still have a wide base. So this is the holder here. Now, the reason why I bring this up and I put this particular item in, and actually I've included it in my store for home studio. And you're thinking, come on, Scott, book holders. Yeah, actually, the other thing that it really works good for, my iPad. So when I'm using the keyboard, sometimes I want to have the keyboard not exactly where the iPad is. And that's the reason why I got that particular Logitech keyboard is I didn't want to have it tied to my iPad and keep it in the landscape. Sometimes I want it in portrait. That's one of the benefits of the tablet. And so having the keyboard separate. And so this way it allows me to set up my iPad in portrait mode here using the wire holder. So I have these highlighted in the carousel. This is one of those items. I think you can buy them by the dozen. Is the best, most cost-effective way to do it. And you think, what am I going to do with a dozen of these? Well, it turns out you're going to find lots of uses for these, as you have pictures and books and plates and other things that you want to put on display, maybe here for the Christmas decorating season or beyond. And if you do any kind of exhibits, trade shows, Chamber of Commerce events, if you have items that you want to put on display, like books or maybe tablets or dishes, plates, things like that, cardboard, paper signs, you can put those up. You can use those. You can put the actually a sheet of regular printer paper printed, put on here with this third wire in place will keep it upright for display. So again, when you have an item like a book and it's horizontal on the surface, somebody forgot it. You set it up right, it becomes important. So if you're doing events, you definitely want to have some sort of a holder like this. And again, I use it for the iPad. I use it for my tablets all the time to be able to put up. So I always have these wire holders, adjustable holders available. And actually, I keep an extra one in my backpack because I want to have it available in the office when I'm on the road and around. So the wire holder is a really good one. Now the next one is an injection molded. It's an acrylic. They call this the Mini. Now the Mini is also an adjustable easel, and so we see the base here and cleverly designed so that it fits right inside the base is the support here. And so this just comes out, and the way the grooves are beveled here is so that when you take the base and you take this, just give it a little squeeze and you can put on your easel. Now you can see it's tilted away from the front of the base. And then if I take and turn this around, the bevels, now it's bringing it so it's leaning toward the front of the base. So when I'm out, I also keep one of these in my backpack because business cards are still a thing. And it is the perfect little portable business card holder. And so I can put my business card right there in the Gibson holder and set up my display. And in the office, the other thing that it is helpful for is, it also makes a great holder for my phone if I don't tip it. So if I don't tip it, but when it's on the table, it is very stable. And so you can adjust that so that I can adjust my phone height so that it's sitting up there in front of me. And you can put it in horizontal landscape or portrait mode. So it is a fabulous little tool. The Gibson Holder Mini easel, adjustable easel, and it folds up, and so that you can just put that support part right into the base. So that is the Gibson Holder Mini. And we took a look at the Gibson Holder wire book stand and the portable, particularly the 3-wire one. You can go ahead and click on that again. You can take a look at some of the different configurations that you can get. There's 2-wire, there's 3-wire, there's a wide base. There's different ones that are out there. There's ones that have an acrylic base with a wire support. There's a lot of different options. Buy a dozen of them and then put in your backpack, put in your office, use it for displaying items around the house, and sending a gift to someone as a gift is going to be handy. So if people have tablets or they want to do some displays and stuff like that, they are very handy. I love these little Gibson holders, so I keep those handy with me all the time. So those are the holders. And we talked about the VidPro lavalier mic and how important and useful that is for your digital single lens reflex camera, your DSLR, and being able to use that 20-foot cord to be able to pipe in some good audio or connect it right up to your phone. And it makes a great way to record your videos and have good sound. There's great cameras on your phone, so those are helpful. But the microphones, once you start get away from some distance away from those, they don't sound quite as good. So you want to have something like the lavalier microphone. Now, I've also highlighted the AKG headphones. I love the K240s. These are the ones that I was using a little bit earlier when we were playing that Fender guitar and showing the real tuner on there. But I like these headphones. These are studio reference headphones. Now they're going to have a flat response, which means you're not going to overemphasize any particular frequency, which is really good when you're editing audio podcasts or you're doing video editing with audio, so you can hear exactly what is going on and then emphasize what you want to. If you look at some of the more consumer type headphones that are out there, they're going to be a fully closed back. These have a semi-open back, and the closed back is going to increase the bass response. And so it's going to not be quite as good for a reference headphone. So if you're editing your audio, I definitely recommend using something like this, or I use the Tannoy monitors. And so I have those on the shelf above me. And so that's actually what I listen to is through my Tannoy monitors. But on the headphones, these are really good. They're very comfortable. I can wear these for hours without my ears getting hurt. The ear cushions are replaceable. So over time, if you wear it on those, then you can replace those. The cord is actually replaceable. So I actually caught that with my mic boom, and it cut it. So I'm able to just replace the cord on these headphones. And so that is a really handy feature. They also look cool. You got to admit, when you're doing live video, when you're doing any live streaming, when you're connecting with workmates and associates through your video conferencing, you got to have a little style. That's why I use the MXL 990 microphone. This one's painted up with the stars and stripes. Is a limited edition that they have. The MXL 990 microphones are beautiful. And I think, I've got that. I'm going to highlight that there. I'm going to do just a little demonstration here because I love to do this part when we, and I'm going to put my headphones back on so I can hear, so I can monitor myself as we roll through. I'm gonna do a couple of different types of microphones here. So in my computer, of course, there is a built-in microphone. So the that particular microphone. Okay, so if we choose that microphone, then that's going to be, well, let's see, it's still choosing that one. All right, maybe I can't change out the microphone right now. But the difference between using a something like the MXL 990 and the built-in microphone is really different. There's just a world of difference in quality when you're looking at using something like an external microphone. The MXL 990 that I have here, and I have highlighted, it's a condenser microphone, which means that if I get away from it, it's still going to sound pretty good. It's going to pick me up really well, which means it's going to pick up some room noise. So earlier, when the volunteer fire department, the siren went off, you probably were able to hear that. But you don't have to be right up on it for it to sound good. So condenser mics, the MXL 990 is a very good sounding microphone. It's got some style to it. It's got a good look. I put it on a shock mount here and on a boom arm, and it is a good sounding microphone. It's a good looking microphone when you're doing these types of live activities. So that is a lot of fun. You do need to hook up something like this when you're using an analog microphone like the MXL 990. You need to hook it up to a converter that is going to convert it into a digital signal. And so I have actually highlighted in the carousel then the Amazon or the Scarlett, the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. Now this converts the analog signal into the digital signal and connects to my computer through the USB. So this is for some people, it's just another complication. So they like the microphones like the Samsung, like the Samson Q2U, which is a really good microphone. It is both analog and digital, uses the XLR and a USB connection. It really depends on what works for you. My wife uses the Samson microphone, so that's it works for her because it's a one single connection, and there's a headphone plug in the back, so she can put her earbuds in and listen to the action there. But using the Focusrite Solo, it's a good way to take the analog signal and convert that into a digital signal. So let me just share that particular item there, so you can take a look. There we go. So the Focusrite it's got the input here, so you can plug in your XLR cable, so it's going directly from the MXL microphone here using the standard XLR cable, and it's plugging right into the Focusrite Solo. That's the first channel. And then the second one is you can actually plug in the 1/4 inch jack, which we used for the Fender guitar when we were demonstrating that. And I plugged that directly into the Focusrite Solo. And we were able to play both my vocal and my audio from my voice through the MXL 990 microphone and play that Fender Squier Strat right into the Focusrite so you could hear both at the same time. Now, this is a very affordable way to take a good microphone like the 990 and connect it into your computer. So this is a great combination there between the Scarlett and the XLR microphones. Now, the other thing that I like about using something like the Scarlett Solo is that you're able to have both different types of microphones. So with the Samson, if my wife is using this alone, then she's going to hook up the USB cable and plug that in. If she wants to change and use the MXL or a different microphone that I have, then she wouldn't be able to do that without having some sort of a conversion, like a converter, like the Solo. These are great tools and give you a little more flexibility. So if you're looking at doing podcasts, if you're looking at doing live video, I recommend maybe considering using an XLR microphone. That'll give you more time. You can go entry level, and as you progress and find what works for you, what works for your voice, what works for your audience, you can then upgrade your microphone. All right. So the other item, and I'm going to swap back out. I like wireless earbuds. There's a lot there. I was a slow mover on these. Sony. I like the Sony. I like Sony products. I've had great Sony headphones in the past, wired headphones. So when it came to getting the USB powered Bluetooth wireless headphones, I opted for the Sony. And so the WF-1000X M3 have the case here. Now the case is the charger. It uses a USB-C plug to charge it. That puts power into this. There's a little battery in here. So it charges this up, and then you put your earbuds in, and it charges the earbuds. They've got a good uh, life. And so then when you connect these up, and so you put it into your ear, as soon as you put these in, it's going to know that it's in, and it gives you the opportunity then to be connected to your phone, to your tablet, to your computer, and as soon as you've paired these things up, it'll connect instantly to your device of choice. Then there's a good battery life on those, and so then as you'd use those, you put them back into the case, and so that's going to charge those up. So you can see the light has come on to say that this one is now charging again. And also, when you have the earbud in, then you can on the left side, you can change from a standard listening to a ambient noise. So ambient noise uses the little tiny microphone that's on here to pick up the sound around you. So if you're out for a walk, jogging, and you're using your wireless earbuds, you can hear traffic around you. You can be aware of your situation if there's cars or traffic or other folks that you need to be aware of as you're out. You can also use noise canceling, which is great. I've used these in the car and on the plane. I love the noise canceling feature. These are very good. The earbuds fit tightly, so it seals out the external noise, and the noise canceling works really, really well. So I've been really happy with these Sony wireless earbuds. Another gift that I can recommend. So as we go, I am going to bring down a couple of other items here. And let me put up an image here. You know, it's Saturday morning, and one of the things that I like on Saturdays is to spend a little time having coffee. And coffee for my family. Now, I grew up with a Mexican family, and so my grandparents immigrated from Mexico. And when I would spend time with them, especially on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings, and they'd have coffee, coffee was not about grabbing a paper cup and running somewhere. It was a very social time, and that stuck with me. And one of the things that I really have enjoyed over time is Turkish coffee, and so I found this Levant blends, uh, cardamom infused Turkish espresso. And so, for those of you that have had Turkish coffee, that traditionally the coffee is ground up very fine, like flour, mixed with cardamom, and then it's put into a little brass pot and then heated up, and then served out with the sugar. And so it's very sweet. It's in a little cup, and the grounds will be there's a little mud, a little sludge at the bottom of the cup of your Turkish coffee. So when you drink Turkish coffee, you got to know when to stop turning your cup. one of the things I like about these is I also have on there my an image of my Nespresso machine. So I use the Nespresso. Now this is the original version here. There's a newer version or later version that has rounded pods. These are pods similar to the K cups, but a little bit smaller. And that particular one, you can see you load the pod in there. Next to it is the frother. So you can froth your milk. So if you do milk drinks, espresso milk drinks, you can brew that there with that Nespresso machine. And of course, you got to have the espresso cups to go with it. But that particular Turkish blend coffee is so good. The cardamom is in there. You put a little sugar, put it in the espresso, preheat the espresso cup, put it in there through the Nespresso machine. Oh my! I'm going to highlight this Levant Brands coffee, Turkish coffee in the carousel there. It's just it's one of those treats. You just get up a Saturday morning or kind of goofing around a little bit. It's a little later in the morning, maybe, and brew up some Turkish coffee and just sit there. My daughter loves the Turkish coffee. So it's fun to be able to have that time together and enjoy that. And so the Nespresso machine is a fabulous way to brew espresso. And when you use the Levant Blends coffee, and again, so I want to show you the packaging here. I've got it highlighted in the carousel. When you brew this coffee with the Nespresso machine into the cups there, you don't end up with that sludge in the bottom. I'll say it's a cleaner cup of Turkish coffee, but the cardamom in there, it is fabulous. A little sugar. It tastes great. It is a treat on a Saturday morning. The other thing, my son is a big tea fan. He is not a coffee guy, but he does love tea. And so I'm going to highlight in here a couple of the teas. One of the ones that he really likes is the Lord Bergamot tea. Bergamot, number 55. The Smith Tea Company is actually right. It's an Oregon company. I'm here in Oregon, and so just north of me in Portland is home of the Stephen Smith Tea Maker. And so they make this tea like the Bergamot tea. Now, Bergamot is Ceylon and Assam black teas with the natural essence of bergamot oil. And this has a fabulous aroma. It's a little harder blend to find. And so the bergamot tea is available. I've got highlighted in the carousel a great tea here in the winters to the colder weather. Brew yourself some of this bergamot tea with that bergamot oil. You'll like the way that goes. Now, my wife, around Christmas time, she decorates the house to the hilt. It looks like a retail store. We are packed. I think there's 14 Rubbermaid containers that have all of our Christmas decorations on them. And when she decorates, it looks fabulous. I'm really grateful for the way she does that. So she loves Christmas. And I was thinking, what can I get her to help kick off this holiday season? Well, the Stephen Smith Tea Maker I had just the exact one. It's blend number 12, Silent Night. Caffeine-free peppermint, cinnamon, ginger, and licorice, all in the Silent Night tea. It's kind of a candy cane tea. It is a beautiful tea. It smells great when you brew it. Tastes great. And so there's the little tea bags come in these packages, and this is compostable material. So just one of those things that the tea maker Smith out of Portland, Oregon, has done. And so I'm going to highlight that in the carousel here. So I've got this Silent Night blend number 12, caffeine-free peppermint, cinnamon, ginger, and licorice, all in one tea. Perfect for the season. My wife loved this when we're playing the family games, having a little quiet evening night here in the winters. We're approaching the Christmas seasons. We're just past Thanksgiving. We have got this Silent Night tea. This is a great one. I encourage you to take a look. Though they make some great gifts. Another gift, and then we're going to wind down here with something as a salute to military. But I love to barbecue. We barbecue 12 months out of the year. I've got stuff on the grill all the time. We're always running through the propane. We do love it. That's the way we grill. Some of you are charcoal fanatics. We do propane. So I have got stuff on the grill all the time. And one of the things that's disappointing is when the meat is overcooked or when the meat is undercooked. You want it to be perfect. Whether it's chicken, beef, pork, whatever it is that you're putting out onto the grill, um, you want it perfect. And so I found this particular thermometer. So the Cooler uh, thermometer. I have been using this a lot. I got this earlier, and it comes with a couple of batteries when we unpack this thing. And as soon as you open it up, you can see the display turns on there, and so it'll actually measure the temperature here at the end of the probe, and you can set it for Fahrenheit or for Celsius. So it's a great versatile thermometer. It's a meat thermometer, and then so you can switch Fahrenheit to Celsius, and there's a little light on here, so you can turn the light on. So if it's dark, and I tell you, here in Western Oregon, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's dark, and so when I'm out there grilling, it is dark, and so I turn on the little light so I can see, I can check the probe there. Now, the other thing that it's got the little guide here for the temperatures for the various meats. So whether you're cooking poultry or beef or pork, lamb, fish, it gives you the little temperature settings. So then when you take and you put the probe into the meat, you're going to see what the temperature is, and then right here is going to tell you what level it is. So do you want it rare, medium, well done? Is it poultry? Is it fish? Where do you want to cook? It is really a helpful tool. And so I love the Cooler thermometer. This is a fabulous gift. Another great stocking stuffer. It is another great stocking stuffer for your father, for the millennial father, the millennial dad on your list. And that's who I am. Hey, I am a D. Scott Smith motivational listener and the millennial, no, the mid-century dad. My daughter is the millennial daughter. I am the mid-century dad. We are talking about great gifts ideas here on Amazon Live. If you're watching on another platform, go to motivationallistener.live. Come right over to Amazon. The benefit is you can see the things in the carousel here. We've got some great items in the carousel, these great gifts here on this day after Black Friday. Still a big shopping day. I trust that you have found great Black Friday deals, great holiday deals. You're finding the ideal gifts. And the things that you need, the things that are just some day-to-day items. Maybe the meat thermometer for me was just one of those things that we needed and we got. And so we have that here and use that regularly. As I say, we are grilling 12 months out of the year in the Smith household. We love our barbecue. So back to the Dunder Mifflin mug, nearly where we started the show. Drink a little more water as we move to wind down. I I'm going to throw this out. So a lot of dads, a lot of maybe grandfathers, a lot of family members out there have served in the armed services, and I'm really grateful for the service that has been provided. And so I've highlighted a couple of different items here in the carousel, and what we have is this veterans hat. It's the green hat with the American flag, black stitching, says veteran on there. So for the veteran in your life, um, I encourage you to thank them for their service and provide them with a gift that lets others know that they also have served. And so I just like this particular hat. I think it's particularly um, fitting. It's understated. a lot of our veterans are not, they don't want to call a lot of attention to themselves, but it's nice when someone else gives them a gift and reminds them and thanks them for the service. So that particular hat is good. Now, I was in the Air Force, so I've got to do a little promo for the U.S. Air Force, little coffee mug there, and so I've got that highlighted in the carousel. You can click on it, find the service that's appropriate for yourself or your family member, for which branch of service and which they have served, or for those who are considering service, provide them with the mug, give them a little bit of encouragement toward that. But hey, the U.S. Air Force treated me well. I have nothing but great things to say for my experience there. And uh, one of the things that I was able to do, and I'm going to highlight here, this is another item. I'm waiting for this to arrive. I have just ordered this, and so I put this into the carousel. This is the shield, the emblem for the Electronic Security Command. So when I was in the Air Force, that's where I served. I was in Korea. I had gone to language school to Presidio of Monterey and studied Korea. And then I was stationed over in Korea, where we had a bunch of antennas and gathering equipment, security, surveillance equipment. We spied on North Korea. We listened to the North Korean military broadcasts, and so all of those were gathered. And we sat in our little radio van there, a number of miles south of the DMZ at Osan Air Base, and we listened in on the North Korean military. And so the group that I was a part of there was the Electronic Security Group, the 6903rd Electronic Security Group in Osan at the Osan Air Base, and in Songtan-shi. It was another great experience. I really loved Korea. I loved it being over there, and we were doing valuable work. But we were the 6903rd. It was commonly referred to as Skivvy 9, and you can look it up. You can Google it up. There are a lot of folks that traveled through and were part of Skivvy 9, and I think those men and women who have served over there and continue to serve. Skivvy 9 is been renamed, and the Electronic Security Command has changed. So I ordered this badge because I wanted to have this little emblem as a reminder for the time of service that I was there in Osan. And so, as we're going to wind down, I just want to thank everybody here. Let me just talk about one more thing. There's a book I've just highlighted in here. It's Isolation, the Health and Wellness Business Killer. I'm not going to talk a lot about books. I'll do an author interview with the folks, but I was a co-author on this one with Holly Jean Jackson and Matt Rouse. This just released on Amazon this week. So I wanted to put that into the carousel and say thank you to everybody at Amazon at kdp.amazon.com. It is easy to publish. If you have a good book in your brain, release it and sign up and publish. I encourage everybody to publish a book, whether it's a family history, memoir, fiction, nonfiction. There's something that you have to say, and you can publish it. So we just published this book, Isolation, the Health and Wellness Business Killer. It is designed for those who are running health and wellness businesses to give them encouragement and support and tools to help them be successful in their businesses. But I'm going back to my my Air Force, the Electronic Security Command badge. Nostalgia. It's just a moment of nostalgia. We just passed Veterans Day shortly here, and it's an important time. I made great friends, people I still stay in contact with during my time in the service, in the Air Force. And if you can find, if you click on the badge, the Electronic Security Command, this is specific to the command that I served under in the Air Force. There's a Strategic Air Command, Military Air Left Command. There's different major commands within the Air Force. I was a part of the Electronic Security Command, part of the security forces in the Air Force gathering intelligence. And well, anyway, this one was particular to me, and there are other ones out there. So if you click on the Electronic Security Command badge, you can kind of scroll through and see what other ones are out there and find the one that's appropriate for yourself, for your family member, for your workmate, for somebody that you know that served, and just give them a little thanks. I'm looking forward to having that badge. We'll bring it back on a future show. Hey, as we're winding down the show today, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for the comments and encouragement, support as we talk about gifts from the millennial, or for the millennial, for the mid-century parent. I am the mid-century dad. And I want to say that on Tuesday, on Giving Tuesday, we'll be back with a special show with the Alts authors. We're going to be talking with them and some of the authors that are writing books specifically around dementia and Alzheimer's, telling the stories and giving people hope and encouragement and support as they're having to deal with family members that are in dementia or suffering from Alzheimer's, these other conditions. It's a great group. It is a nonprofit organization, and so it's one that can be supported through the Amazon Smile program. So if you have an Amazon account, smile.amazon.com, you can select a nonprofit organization, and then as you're making your purchases, as you're buying items, especially here in the holiday season, but anytime, Amazon's going to make a contribution based on those products that you purchase. So why not allow that to occur and support the nonprofit organizations that you support? So let me give you, I'll play a little video here, and then we're going to wind down for the day. But I would just want to show you this video and how easy it is to select a nonprofit for your Smile program here on Amazon. You can support your favorite charities by using the Amazon Smile program. Go to smile.amazon.com, choose the button here on the upper left to select your favorite charity. Scroll down, put in the name of the charity, like ALZ Authors, and search. Once you've found the group, you can read about them. So here we have ALZ Authors, and it's a community of authors sharing Alzheimer's and dementia stories. Once you've found the charity, go ahead and click the Select button. And now your purchases will all go toward supporting your favorite charity using the Amazon Smile program. Isn't that great? It's so easy to do. Smile.amazon.com. Take advantage of it and support nonprofit organizations. You know, the nonprofits have really had a hard time with the lockdowns, with the lack of ability to gather in large groups. And so many nonprofit organizations have relied on big fundraisers, dinners, galas, breakfasts, lunches, special events that require people to come together face to face. It has been a challenge. It is hard for them to be able to get funding in that way. So if you're able to sign up, use the Smile program, take advantage of that, use your purchases, a percentage, based on the percentages Amazon's going to make contributions. It doesn't cost you anything, doesn't cost the sellers anything. It's just a benefit of purchasing through Amazon and designating the nonprofit that you support. Hey, this is D. Scott Smith here, motivational listener and mid-century dad. We've been having a lot of fun these last 2 days. Yesterday on Black Friday, talking about home studio products, and today we were talking about different gifts, all kinds of things, ranging from the Hitchhiker's Guide, from Dunder Mifflin, to some electronic items, to some analog items, to some health and wellness items. Man, It's been fun. We've had a good time. I appreciate everybody that has tuned in. Have fun on Amazon, but click on items in the carousel. Look at the different configurations that are out there, and support your nonprofit using the Smile program. And thank you, veterans, and thank you to all the veterans who have served out there. My heartfelt wishes to all of you. And with that, we're going to sign off. This is D. Scott Smith, the mid-century dad with great gifts ideas for us here on Amazon. Everyone have a fabulous day, an enjoyable weekend with family and friends.